Okay, so today I'm just gonna talk about the new Pokemon game announcement. And yeah, we have the starters that were revealed and also the name Pokemon Waves and Pokemon Winds, if I remember correctly. And yeah, so far it looks like a really good game. I don't know too much about it. I'm hoping that we might get an improvement from Pokemon Scarlet and Violet to where the open world is a lot better. So far the graphics do look better. And another thing that is giving me a lot more hope with this game also is the fact that it's coming out in next year, 2027, I believe. And yeah, for me, that is a good sign that they're taking their time to improve the game as much as possible and they're not trying to rush it, because a lot of people were saying, and I kind of feel the same way as well, that some of the problems that modern Pokemon games have been having was due to the fact that they were trying to rush it too much. So even though some of the Pokemon games like Scarlet and Violet again had a lot of good ideas and was very ambitious with the open world and everything, it was not really able to fully get out its potential, I guess is what I'm trying to say. And so, yeah, hopefully they have learned from Scarlet and Violet and they're able to improve, and having this extra time, this extra year will allow them to improve. And as far from that, I do like the starters. My favorite is obviously the dog, the fire dog, that I believe is based on a Pomeranian. I myself, I have a Pomeranian mix, and yeah, actually I have two. Scratch that. I have two Pomeranian mix, but one of them really does look like the Pokemon Pumsy, and hopefully I say the name right. But yeah, right now that's the starter that I think I'm going to pick for next year. And if I had to pick another one, or my second favorite would have to be the water starter. But yeah, I do like them. I'm glad that we actually were able to see them in game, because that does help with getting a feel of their personalities and also how they actually look. Because I did mention this when I was making the Pokemon starter tier list of mine, that some of the Pokemon, for example, Indoor, I liked them more in the anime than I did in the artwork or even in the video game, to be honest with you. In the video game it wasn't that bad, but I liked it way more in the anime because it had a lot of personality. It was very well animated and it grew on me because of that. So introducing the starters like this, I think it was a good idea. And yeah, I just really hope that they don't mess it up with the second and third evolution like they sometimes do. And well, we all saw what they did to Flanagan, and some people don't like Indoor still, and they would have preferred that Litten would have stayed in all four pods. But we'll see how it goes. And yeah, but for right now, I still think that the Pomsy is still gonna be the one that is gonna be my favorite starter of the generation. And yeah, we don't know too much, or I don't know too much about it. But the graphics look pretty good. Hopefully they'll make it even better. Hopefully it runs better than Pokemon Scarlet and Violet, because people have been saying they have problems with it. I did not really have any problems with Scarlet Violet in my Nintendo Switch 1 or OLED. So, but I do know that some people did have problems with lag and all that. It could also depend on how many games you have. I don't know. But again, hopefully they do improve it. And even though it kind of sucks that we're not gonna have this year, because this year is the 30th anniversary, I would rather wait and have a good product and have a good game that is worth my time, worth my money, than to have it right now just because of the anniversary. And that's kind of all I have to say about it. Okay, so I did not like the first recording of this part, so I'm gonna just re-recorded. But basically what I want to say about the new release of Pokemon Fire Red and Pokemon Leaf Green on the Nintendo Switch and Nintendo Switch 2 is that I know there's been a lot of complaints about the price of the game being $20, and the fact that if you look at it from a certain way, like, yeah, we're paying $20, and yes, you're gonna have access to home. At least hopefully you're gonna have access to Pokemon Home, because I'm seeing that some people are doubting this. So, and Pokemon hasn't really announced, I don't believe, or at least they're taking down their announcement of Pokemon Home going to be connected to Fire Red and Leaf Green. But even with that, you're not gonna get any new Pokemon that you can't get in other games. And also, you do have Let's Go Pikachu and Let's Go Eevee. And yeah, I just was hearing a lot of conversation about this, and I've also been hearing the fact that yes, you can have or you can't get Pokemon Let's Go Eevee and Let's Go Pikachu. I have Let's Go Eevee myself, but Let's Go Eevee costs like $60, $30 used, and it could sometimes be even higher than $60, I do believe. So compare that to $20, it's not that bad. And also, if you're going to get the original physical copy of Pokemon Leaf Green and Fire Red, that can cost over $100 from what I've been hearing, because it's a very sought after collector's item. Again, from what I've been hearing through the grapevine. So, and also, when they announced that Pokemon Fire Red and Pokemon Leaf Green were going to be on the Nintendo Switch, they were saying that it might be $30, so they took off $10. So even then, it's cheaper than what we originally thought it was going to be. And keep in mind also, yes, they don't have anything new. It's just a import of the ROM, but you can also get the ROM for free. But you know, that's your choice if you wanna get it that way. But yeah, you're not gonna get anything new, like I was saying. But people still had to do some programming or some work to make it so that it could be played on Nintendo Switch and Nintendo Switch 2. And make it so it will look good. And I've been playing on a Nintendo Switch 2. In my opinion, it does look really good. It's a fun game. I haven't been having any bugs so far. I'm heading towards the 5th gym currently right now. And so, yeah, I've been having fun with it, and hopefully we do get Pokemon Home at some point. Maybe at the same time we get Pokemon Home for Legend ZA, but only time will tell with that. I do hope that is the case, but again, only time will tell. I've been having fun with the game. I have both of them, and you know, I don't think that life was too short to get caught up with $20 that in the grand scheme of things are not gonna break the bank. And yeah, I get it. So if you're in a really bad spot economically and you have to choose between spending $20 and getting food or paying rent, of course you're gonna have to pay your rent or get the food. And it may suck that you can't get it right now, but maybe sometime in the future, you could still get the game, like, let's save up $5 here and there, and in 4 months, you could get one game, but that's really all you need. You don't need to get 2. I just got 2 just because, no, I'm not really that smart with money, to be honest. But yeah, that's just my take on it. Just be responsible with your money, and if you don't want to get both, don't get both. Get the one that has the Pokemon that you like the most, and yeah, that's really all I could say. And well, maybe hopefully you know somebody who has a Nintendo Switch and who is going to buy these games. But yeah, that's really all I have to say. I've been having fun. It did give me appreciation of the quality of life changes that they have made with the newer games. Because like I said, I'm barely at like the 5th gym, I think I have 4 gym badges or 3. No, I think I have 3 gym badges actually, and I'm gonna get my 4th pretty soon once I have time to play the game. But I barely have 3 gym badges, and I just now am able to buy revives. So for a long period of the game, I have been able to get revives, and there's a lot of trainers, and I've been having to go back and forth into the Pokemon Center as I'm fighting each of the trainers. But yeah, that's something that I'm glad that they kind of changed. They made it easier for you to get healing items, and also they made it easier for you to train Pokemon. Right now, I'm using the in and out method where you switch one Pokemon to another one, so both of them will get XP or experience. But yeah, that doesn't really work too well unless you're fighting a trainer. But even then, as you're getting higher level, it still slows you down because the experience point is going to be cut in half, I think, or you don't get as much compared to you just using one Pokemon. Money is another issue that I've been running into, so I've been trying to use Meow with Payday to get as much money as I can, and also the TMs and all of that, and having the trainers be able to teach you moves more than once. All of that I now have an appreciation for, as well as I do have appreciation for the older games where there's a lot more work that has to be done, there's a lot more grinding that has to be done, and just to put into some perspective, right now when I was playing the game, I think I'm like 13 something or 14 something. I think that I have put in 13 something or 14 something minutes into the game, and I'm still in like the 4th gym. But again, I've been getting all of the trainers, and also it took me a while to get a, what's the name of that Pokemon? A Dabra? I'm gonna put a picture of it in the screen. But yeah, it took me a while to get that Pokemon, and I still have to get it again to do a trade. And also to get another Pokemon, but I have to travel back to the beginning to get that one because it was in Route 3. And so, yeah, that's also something else. And also going back and forth to heal my Pokemon. All that been taking me time. So, yeah, it's just a game that you really have to grind. And maybe there's a faster way to do this game. But yeah, like I said, that made me appreciate the newer games and also the older games as well. And yeah, I've been having fun with it. Hopefully I could finish both of the games. I'm sure I can finish both of them by next year. So I have time. But that's just one thing that I didn't want to talk about when it came to the new releases of Fire Red and New Green. And something else that I heard from somebody who made a video on YouTube, who I do agree with what he said. That if this game was released and cost $10, they would have want $5. I mean, the audience would have wanted it for $5, and if it was $5, the audience would have wanted it for free. And I have been hearing also people saying, why wasn't this a Nintendo Switch membership exclusive? I cannot talk today. Exclusive to the membership for Nintendo Switch Online. And I don't know, you can't make everybody happy. And at the end of the day, this is the game. So if you want to get it, get it. If you don't want to get it, don't get it. And you rather find some other way to get it for free. Well, again, that's your choice. But that's just up to you, I guess. But the one thing that I do kind of have a little bit to complain about is that I do wish that it was a physical copy release and not a digital release. Not just for a digital. I don't know. I just prefer to have a physical copy because you can lose the digital copy if something happens or the ESOP is no more or something like that. And God forbid. But yeah, this has happened with other things that are mainly digital downloads. I don't think Nintendo has ever done this. Maybe with when it switched from the the 3DS to the Switch, maybe that, and maybe also with the Wii U, but I don't think Nintendo ever had a problem, or I think I don't remember ever hearing about it, so hopefully we will have that problem in the future, but again, it's only $20 at the end of the day, and by then you probably have already had as much fun as you're going to have on this game. And there are also other games coming out this year or had come out this year, like Pokepia. I believe that's the name of the game, which is the cross between Animal Crossing and Minecraft and Pokemon. There's another game that I've been hearing people are having a lot of fun with, and I'm kind of interested in getting it, but I don't know if I'm gonna get it right now, or I'm just going to wait. But yeah, I've been hearing good reviews about this game, and it looks very cute. It just looks like a very cozy game, something very fun. So if you like Animal Crossing, if you like Minecraft, that's probably something that you might want to look into. Also, if you're into Pokemon. And there's going to be things that in the Legend ZA game, the DLC, they're going to be adding more to it from what I saw in the announcement. So there's still things to look forward to, but it does kind of suck that we're not going to get a new mainline game until next year. But like I was saying, I would rather that happen than the game being rushed and also being bad. But I don't think the new Pokemon games have been that bad, but I do know that a lot of people were complaining about the graphics and also it being glitchy. So hopefully coming extra time will fix that problem. And yeah, that's all I have to say. Thank you for watching this video. I hope that it wasn't too ranty. Have a nice day, stay safe, and take care.